As the Finance Minister prepares to deliver his budget on March the 12th, the Parliamentary Budget Office is preparing to table an advisory paper to Parliament next week on how to consider the budget. The PBO says the implications of the postponement of the budget are vague for now, but says there is still time to consider the budget within the law.
It says by the 1st of April, the budget should be tabled. So in a way, you can still say we're still in a very safe space in particular, but also there's a Money Bills Act which guides Parliament in how to process that budget when it's tabled. And the processes can only be triggered as soon as the budget is tabled. Now we're in a state where it has not been tabled yet, and we're still waiting. In my view, there's still a bit of a room, at least until the 12th of March, or specifically until the 1st of April.
Jantjies says they will finalise an advisory paper on the budget next week.
What's important in our view and analysis is to say maybe then Parliament should request government to provide those options that we're looking to. In that way, we're able to see what has been considered. In our view, and our analysis that we're currently busy with, which I'm not going to share a lot until we produce next week, is that we do feel there's a lot of evidence that there are other sources of revenue that we can still tap, and also breaking down to immediate need and medium to long term sources of revenue that could be considered in that regard.
The paper will also advise on trade tensions between South Africa and the United States.
South Africa trades a lot with Asia, Africa and EU, and fourthly, that's when the Americas come in. We've got a very tiny trade with 8% of total trade that we have, but I think we did say that this trade relation, particularly when you get the tariffs that were imposed on the minerals by earlier in the month, we did say that there's an opportunity for South Africa to explore other measures while they start to resolve the trade tensions with the US as an important trading partner.
Call to align the budget to the government's priorities.
We need to shift away from separating budget from what it's supposed to do. And that for me has been a bigger problem that we have over the years in this country, where there's a huge divergence between what the policy priorities want us to realize and one side the budget framework itself, whereby you find that budget framework at times contradicts what the priorities are. And I think that for me, Parliament has an important role to try to enforce that.
The PBO will publish its advisory budget paper next week. Ulelani Philip, SABC News, Parliament.